Hello guys, in this video I am going to talk about how we can use offset and limit in web API, and also we will create a procedure for same in SQL Server. So first of all, let's move to SQL Server to create the procedure. So here you can see, so before creating the procedure we will know what is offset and limit. So offset is the starting point and limit is total number of rows, right? So suppose I want to get only 10 rows, but I don't want to get it from the first row, I want to get it from 11 to 20. So 11 will be the offset and 20, or we can say 10 will be the limit, because from 11 to 20 will be total number of row will be 10. So so like this offset will be 11, okay, this id or this will be the offset row and this will be the limit row. That means not but limit row will be the count of total rows from 11 to 20. So suppose here it is the complete count of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So limit will be 10 and offset will be 11. So let's move to procedure then. So here you can see this is the procedure what I have already created here, okay. So let me first connect to the SQL Server. Okay, so now you can see I am connected to the SQL Server, and here is the procedure. But to use the offset and limit, you can see till this thing, till inner join line, the procedure has ended. So okay, but to get the offset and limit, I have passed one parameter for offset as int and limit is as int, and here you can see we must need to add these three lines, okay, because order by is the important and the necessary thing to use offset and limit. So offset is, as I described, this will be the starting point from where I want to select, and this will be the limit. So fetch next will be the fetch to fetch the next rows or next total number of columns, sorry, total number of rows from the table. So this is the procedure. So let me run it or alter the procedure. So you can see command completed. So now I have created the procedure in the database web API. Now I will move to Visual Studio. So here you can see this is the method what I am going to, this is the basically endpoint, not the method. This is the endpoint what I am going to use to get all users, okay. So and you can see here in the parameter I am getting offset and limit, and from this line I am calling the procedure what I have created. So you can see this is using the from SQL interpolated. I am calling the procedure like this: execute get users, offset and limit, and yes, that's it. So I am going to call it asynchronously. That's why I have added here await, and users will be the list type. So I am returning that list from here as okay status, and let me put here the breakpoint, and I will run this project. And meanwhile I will go to the Postman, and here you can see this is the URL, because this till this thing is the URL users is, and from here I have passed the parameter as offset and limit. So here I am passing 10 as the offset or the starting point, and limit again I am putting it as 10. So from 10th row it will select the detail of the user, and as it is the guest request, that's why I am not passing anything in the body. And now let me see whether our project is running. Okay, so it is still loading. So as you can see here, our project is running now. So now I will go ahead in the Postman and I will hit the send button. And you can see it is saying 401 unauthorized. That means I need to pass the authentication token. So I need to log in here first. So I am going to call the login API to get the token, authentication token. So I got the token here. So I will copy this token from here and I will pass it in the users authorization section. At here I will remove it first, then I will paste it. So that's all what I need to do to authorize the request. And now I will click on send. So you can see now the control have come to the breakpoint, and here you can see in the offset I can see here so in the offset I can see here edge 10 and limit is also 10. So I will move here line by line. So now I am calling the procedure from here, and you can see in the users total count is 10. That means total 10 rows have been selected. So I will click here continue, and you can see I have got here in the response 10 row total, and these are basically the user information. So you can see it is the total number of count is 10. Okay, so these are the response. Okay, so and suppose I want to get only 5 row, then from the 10 I will pass here the 5, then I will get only the 5 rows. Okay, again I got hit here at the compiler, sorry at the breakpoint, and I got the row here total rows. So let me first remove this, and now you can see I got only 5 rows. Let me put here 2. So now you can see I got only 2 rows. Okay, and row is coming here as 15, the first row, and the second row is 28. So let me move to the SQL server here, and here I will select this, or you can see here I am selecting from here from the offset 10, and from here I am selecting two rows basically. So I have selected only 10, Rajan Kumar 10 and 28. So you can see I am getting result as 28, and the first one is 15. Okay, so suppose I am going to change it from 10 to 5. So now it will again select only 2 row, but it will select from the different number or a different position. So you can see now this time it has selected 40 and 39. Let me show you again. So you can see the first row is the 40 and second one is the 39. Okay, so suppose in the list there are total 42 rows. So now let me select this one, these two last one. So what I will do here, I will use offset as 40, and I will keep that limit as 2. So now I will select the last 2 rows. Okay, so here you can see it is Rajan Kumar 17 and this is 11. Okay, and in the SQL server you can see 17 and 11 is coming. Okay, so now you can say like why we are getting like the next column, because I have passed the offset as 4040, and I am getting the rows from the next 41th row, and that is because the offset is starting from the 0 position. Okay, so that is why it is selecting the next row. Okay, and suppose I am going to pass here 5, but I am having only after 40, like from 41 and 42, there are only 2 rows remaining in the table. So from where it will bring the 5 row. So in that case, what it will do, it will not get actually the 5 row, it will get only the remaining row, and which is 2 only. So it will only select the 2 row. So let me run it again. So now, okay, now the token is again expired, so again I need to log in. So let me log in again, and I got the new token. Okay, and now I will here paste it again in the authorization section, and now I got the response. So you can see it is again only 2 rows is coming, the last one. Okay, and suppose from here I will put here 2, so now it will select the 5 row and the offset will be 0. That means now I am selecting the data from here, from 16. Okay, so let me show you again. Here you can see it is selecting from 16, Rajesh Kumar 16, and here this is again the 16, and from here it will be the 5 rows, so that will be 0 1 2 3, sorry, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So Rajesh Kumar 2 will be the last row. So let me see again here. You can see Rajesh Kumar 2 is the last row. So basically I was trying to explain the idea of offset and limit. So basically these things are being used in lazy loading. Suppose you have seen or you have accessed the Facebook, and in their wall, at Facebook wall, you can see when I will like when I keep scrolling the thing, then the next data keeps loading. Okay, so these kind of API can be used at that kind of place, in place of like lazy loading things. Okay, when we are having the lots of data and we do not want to load the complete data at the UI, so at those positions, at those scenarios, we use offset and limit scenario to process so to get the data partially from the server. So I hope you got the idea, you understand the scenario, you understand the usage of offset and limit in the API. So that's all guys in this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.